Can I try something with all of you? Would that be okay? Cool. Let's do a breathing exercise. I promise it'll be quick. Before we begin, the key here is to focus on each part of the process of breathing. Each part. What I mean by this is that all of your attention has to be centered around the sensations you feel while breathing. Notice the air flowing from your nose into your lungs and out through the mouth. All right, can we remember that? Can everyone please close their eyes? Now, slowly breathe in deeply through the nose. As you're doing so, feel the inhalation in your stomach rise, release the air through the mouth. Now again, inhale deeply. This time be aware of the air rushing through your nostrils. Exhale gently. One more time in, then out. Open your eyes. How did you feel? Did your muscles loosen for a fleeting second? Were you more at peace with your surroundings, more relaxed? Or maybe the opposite is true. You are restless, frustrated. Your mind at work trying to figure out where I'm going with this and why I had begun with a shaman breathing exercise. Easy, all right? Before you tune out, say hello to my little friend. Mindfulness meditation. I know. Some of you just rolled your eyes. While some of us might already be familiar with the term, others, I'd imagine, have heard much about mindfulness, but haven't been convinced enough to try. They've seen the meditation ads pop up in their feed and they couldn't be bothered. Meditation, you're kidding. Or it could be that the term meditation is riddled with messy associations of Buddhist monks sitting cross-legged on a mountaintop. We all just heard the scene play out. I, for one, thought the same thing myself once upon a time. For me, meditation just felt like a superstitious attempt at enlightenment, whatever the heck that is. I held this perception for 20 years. I'm 21 now, so it was only last year that my journey first started. Quick story. One sunny day last summer, I remember seeing my friend meditating outside. He had just shaved his head, so he strikingly resembled a lost Shaolin monk looking for his monastery. The reality was, it was an extremely poor fashion decision, but who am I to judge? As he meditated, he looked so restful and was indeed less self-conscious and more self-aware in our future interactions. So, being the profoundly curious and handsome intellectual that I am, I decided to approach him with a profound question that would change my life in a remarkable way. Are you on drugs? Now, thank you. Now, he didn't say much, but what he did do was install a guided meditation app on my phone. And who am I kidding? I struggled to start. Every day putting it off for another day until finally, by sheer irritation from seeing those notifications pop up on the phone. You guys know the ones that go, "We miss you, you haven't been meditating enough." I decided to give it a go. And it honestly changed my life. What I learned from meditation was, 1, how to recognize the sense that we have a self. And 2, I began to see the world as it truly is, unperturbed by anything. We hardly, if ever, access this unperturbed state of mind. I mean, at every waking moment of our lives, can we confidently say that we're living in the moment? I think not. We're too imaginative and restless for that. We dream, love, hope, worry, fear, ponder, tease, insult, and resent. We are stressed social creatures, always thinking about what other people think about us, always thinking about how to change the world or how to change ourselves to fit into it. The bottom line is always thinking. And if we aren't aware that we are thinking, then what are we but the thought itself? In the worst case, we go at lengths to harm others and those around us. We become the ideologies we have accepted or incepted. In the best case, we live in a pseudo-reality, in a plane of existence where everything is subject to our interpretation. Sure, this lessens the cruelty and utter boredom that life can sometimes be. It's only just a fantasy. Think about that. Without awareness, everything you do is an unconscious product of your mind. And is it really worth it to live a life without awareness, a life spent lost in thought? According to neuroscientist Sam Harris, to be aware is the best agent we have against the illusion of the self. Really, awareness is the only feature of the human condition that should be underlined. Whoa, heavy statement, I know. But let me put it this way. It is only through awareness that all other features come to light. Everything is just a passing appearance in consciousness. Recognize this in your own lives. We've all been there. You're walking down the street or you're laid in bed and your mind decides, hey, you know what would be fun right now? To start binge watching the sitcom/comedy of your life. And your mind starts shuffling, with more thoughts than Shakira songs on my playlist. Recognize that. Recognize how each thought colors the mood. It changes your mood. Another example, I could be happily working on homework. That never happens. I could be happily reading a book when suddenly, remember that conversation with my friend an hour ago? Yeah, he called me a loser. What was my comeback? No, you're a loser. Oh my gosh, that was so lame. I should have said something like, who the hell am I even talking to? Myself. I am spending time and energy and getting in a bad mood with myself. Now, listen, the time to talk to my friend has passed, and I'll get another chance to speak to him tomorrow or the day after. So why should I keep rehearsing in the theater of my imagination? And I get it. This theater that we have, it's not a bad thing. But failure to recognize that it exists in the first place is. And today I offer you one tool to combat that. Mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is a practice in meditation, not the practice of meditation. There are a handful of other practices, but this one specifically focuses on a purposeful awareness of the moment. So anytime you've heard me use or will hear me use the word meditation, I'm specifically referring to mindfulness. And be mindful is not complicated. It is simple, straightforward, and only requires a wide and unforced observation. But that doesn't mean it can't be challenging, especially for first-timers. Its simplicity can shroud the fact that meditation only works when it works. Duh, right? You're sitting in your chairs, listening to me, hearing me, seeing me, bumping elbows with your neighbors. Isn't that evidence enough that you're aware of what's going on at this very moment? Very clever, but not so fast. Are you aware of the breath? Are you aware of the pressure against your back and spine as you sit in your chair? Are you aware that you think you're aware? Awareness is the precondition. It is keeping your observation so wide that you attempt to notice everything and anything without judgment. Let me repeat. Attempting to notice what you notice without judgment. That's all it is. That's all meditation is. It's not trying to channel a state of happiness or joy. It is simply being open to experience good or bad. We can practice in our happiest moments, and we can do so in our darkest ones. Here's how it works. Everything you are conscious of goes under the microscope of awareness, and by carefully examining it, you strip the experience of its meaning. Consider the next time you're angry, your chest heaving up and down, your red-hot face, your hands balled into white knuckles. I can strangle someone. It's only a sensation, a bodily reaction. It will pass. So why should you continue to give it any more attention than necessary? Why should you continue to be held hostage to your thoughts? Anyone? The answer is you shouldn't. What you should do is fully realize your being. Snap yourself out of your fantasies, and it's just you. In a room, light filtering through the blinds, a car honking in the distance, and fluttering thoughts. You come out of every meditation session feeling open, and it's not only beneficial for you as you begin to capture a profound control over your being, it is arguably more beneficial to the people who surround you and the world at large. A present mind is one which all people can value because it signifies an undivided mind. These people are totally attentive to the world at hand. Instead of rummaging through an endless tirade of thoughts and external forces and reacting to each and every one, these people observe without judgment. Doesn't that sound like a good deal to you? To be the person who chooses what thoughts to pursue instead of letting the thought pursue you? You guys don't look convinced. Okay, well, what if I threw in this? Well, what if I told you that meditation research suggests that mindfulness leads to strong activation of the inside cortical thinking, stronger prefrontal cognitive control, enhanced body matter integrity, and reduction of age-related gray matter diminishing? No? You got, okay, all right, fine. Final offer. You guys are really twisting my arm here, but okay, here we go. Have I mentioned that it's 100% free? Yeah, you heard me. All it takes is this, a little bit of patience, and some guidance. Now, like I mentioned before, meditation is simple, but that doesn't mean it can't be challenging. So what I suggest to you is to do what I did and still do. Download a guided meditation app. The App Store is filled with them. And most likely, the first exercise that you'll start off with is one which beginners and experts practice alike. Breath work. So how about we close as we started by noticing the one thing that is shared in all human experience. May I please request that we all close our eyes one last time? Can we all shut our eyes? They're going to kick me off anyway, so. Okay. Now, slowly, breathe in deeply through the nose. As you're doing so, feel the inhalation in your stomach rise. Release the air through the mouth. Now again, inhale deeply. This time be aware of the air rushing through your nostrils. Exhale gently. One more time in, then out. Open your eyes. How did you feel? Thank you for your awareness.